Hello everyone, and thanks for joining me here. We're going to be looking at this example in which we need to implement MACRS depreciation method. And this one says a 120 metric ton telescopic crane that costs $320,000 is owned by Upper State Power and has an estimated life of 10 years. Develop two depreciation schedules using straight line depreciation method, depreciating to zero over the useful life, and MACRS, assuming that this device is a 7-year property. So we're going to implement both the straight line depreciation and MACRS in Excel. Excel only allows us to do this more quickly. You can do that by hand as well. In fact, I encourage you to do it by hand in addition to what you do in Excel. So let's switch over to Excel. Here we're looking at 10 years. These are end of year cash flow that you can see here. And for straight line method, I'm going to calculate depreciation deduction as well as book value for each year. So as you know, straight line method is depreciating the asset using equal amounts over the life. Life is 10 years, and the book value or the cost basis is $320,000. So for each year, the amount of deduction is $320,000 divided by 10 years, which is $32,000. So following the straight line depreciation method, this is a cost basis, and I'm going to lock this cell using F4 button so that later when I copy down this calculation, it will not iterate to the next cell. Minus the salvage value, which is 0, divided by 10, which is the useful life. So you can see $32,000, and that is going to repeat for 10 years. And the book value at the end of each year is the book value of previous year minus the deduction of the current year. And you repeat that every year. In fact, you can copy down that calculation as well. And as you can see in this graph, the straight line depreciation, as we expected, is depreciating the asset from $320,000 to 0 over 10 years with equal amounts of depreciation. Let's go and do the MACRS depreciation. Since it's a 7-year property class, I took the percentage of depreciation from the MACRS table. As you know, the MACRS table is here, and these percentages are the ones that we need to use for this asset. It's a 7-year property class, so we're going to use these percentages, which depreciates the asset over 8 years. Remember, 8 years because of the half-a-year convention. For 7-year property class, it takes 8 years to depreciate fully. So we are having the percentages here, and deduction for each year is the cost basis. Again, I'm pressing F4 here to lock the cell, multiplied to the percentage deduction. And you do the same for every year. You multiply the cost basis to the percentage of the MACRS for that year. And if you copy down this calculation, you can see that the deductions are calculated for 8 years, and the book value for each year is the previous book value minus the current year deduction. And if you copy that down, it's going to get to 0. And here is the deduction graph for MACRS. In addition to these two methods, I just want to do depreciation using double declining balance, so we can see that with respect to these two methods, straight line and MACRS. And for double declining balance, we know the formula for depreciation deduction for each year. It's the percentage, and if it's the double declining balance, it's 2 divided by useful life, which is 10 years here in this case. So 2 divided by 10 is 0.2. For the P, you know the cost basis, that's $320,000. And T is the current period, so it changes from year 1 to year 10. But in Excel, there's a function for calculating double declining balance depreciation, and that is DDB, double declining balance. And when you use that function, it needs certain parameters that you need to pass in. The first one is cost basis, as you can see, and we need to select the cost basis. Again, I'm locking in that cell. Salvage value is 0. Third argument that we need to pass is the life, that is 10 years. And the last one is period. And since we're now in period 1, I'm just going to select 1 here, or cell 1. And then once I copy down this calculation, it's going to go to year 2, year 3, and all the way to year 10. But because I locked this cell, this cost basis doesn't change. So I'm copying this down, and I'm also calculating the book value again. And here we are. This is the depreciation deduction over the years for double declining balance. And you can clearly see that the MACRS has a more aggressive and accelerated depreciation deduction. For example, for year 4, if you look at the book value at the end of year 4 for MACRS is lower than double declining balance and a straight line. And that is good for tax purposes. So you want to depreciate your asset as soon as possible, as much as possible. So MACRS is always the best method among them. And you can validate what I'm saying here. The sum of depreciation deductions for 10 years using these methods can be calculated here. But what's more important is the present value of these depreciation deductions over the years. So you want to have a larger present worth of deductions. That means you were able to deduct more from your gross income given the time value of your money, which is in this case, we want to use 10%. So you can use NPV function, which is calculating the net present value of a series of cash flow given a rate. So we have to give the rate, and that is 10%. So I'm indicating the rate, and now I'm just selecting the values in the cash flow. And if I press enter here, that's going to calculate the net present worth of deductions for me. And here it is. It's about $197,000. Although the sum of the deductions was $320,000. I'm going to go ahead and calculate these two, sum and present worth of depreciation deduction for MACRS and depreciation deduction for double declining balance, and we can compare them. In fact, you can copy this across, and it's going to repeat that calculation for all of these columns, but we only need them for the depreciation deduction column. So here you can see the sum of deductions and present worth of deductions for these three methods. And as we knew, MACRS gives you the largest depreciation deduction, and that is indicated by looking at the present worth of these deductions, $230,000, which is bigger than all those other methods of depreciations. And that again is of course what a taxpayer wants. A corporate wants to be able to reduce their gross income as much as possible so their taxable income will be lower and they pay less taxes. And MACRS method allows them to maximize the depreciation and benefit from that.